Hello and welcome to the GSBC podcast, proudly brought to you by the Greater Springfield Chamber of Commerce and Purple Bunny Marketing. I'm your host, Matt Taylor-Farrington from Purple Bunny Marketing, and today I am joined by Wendy from Wendy Super Accounting, correct?
Yes, it is.
Thank you for coming in and having a chat to us about your business. We'll dive straight in. Let's start with your journey. What inspired you to launch Wendy Super Accounting?
I have been working for big accounting firms. I have been helping the high end of the population, but I felt that my community and a lot of families like me were not having the right information, and a lot of people were falling into scams. So I felt that I needed to do something with it. I had the knowledge, but I did not have the time. With the firms that I was working, I approached them many times to create a space to provide education for those communities or those families. But unfortunately, I was not listening, I guess.
Yes.
So it just felt it like I made it happen that I just resigned to start my own business and be able to reach out to my community and start educating them about self-managed superannuation funds.
Yes. And I guess many small business owners do struggle with finances. So what's one thing you wish every business owner understood about their books from day one?
It's pretty common in Australia and
Yes.
more like just not in Ipswich or in our area. It's in Australia. When you are starting your own business, you start putting everything into the business or your daily life and you forget about retirement. And
Yes.
when you start thinking about it, maybe it's a bit too late. If they start putting on the side just like $50 a week, it's not much, but it's going to create a huge difference by the age of retirement.
Yes.
So it's just start small and start putting something on the side for your retirement.
Yes, agreed. All right, so your business specifically highlights, clarity, support, stress-free accounting. I know for myself sometimes, the accountant will say, oh, we've got this or we've got this, and you're like, what does that mean or what it is? But I guess, how do you bring sense to that calm and the confidence for your clients to feel confident with the accounting that they're getting?
Well, what I think is that I am an accountant that do just one thing,
Yes.
but do it really well.
Yep.
Because I just work with self-managed superannuation funds. I have done it for 19 years. Working for big accounting firms, I was working for very, very complex super funds
Yep.
that now helping small super funds just with a few investment in properties, and it's not that hard for me. I know
Yes.
a lot of accountants push that away. And for me, because I just do SMSF, it's not that hard for me anymore. And
Yes.
if you just concentrate on something, you become so good. And I have so many experiences and stories to tell to my clients. And sometimes stories are better for them than telling them the rule.
Yes.
But if I said, hey, this is the rule and this is what happened if you don't do it, and
Yep.
start telling them stories, it's like it stays with them and they understand much easier, I guess.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. I think sometimes reading those rules that you see on the super funds and all the different details can get quite daunting and lost. So I think, I guess, convincing someone and telling them a story around how it could impact them obviously gets through a little bit clearer. So, all right. So superannuation and compliance can be overwhelming topics for a lot of people. What are some of the most common misconceptions that you come across?
A lot of people get pushed away saying if you don't have more than 500,000, you shouldn't be into one. Wrong.
Yep.
By legislation, there is no a minimum.
Yes.
ASIC has done a research, and they said when you have a minimum of 200,000, that's when it could be comparable with having your super in an industry fund.
Yes.
And the other thing to know is that you don't need those 200 just by yourself. In a self-managed superannuation fund, you can have up to 6 people.
Yep.
So all together can have the 200 and be into one project together.
Yep. Okay.
And what other thing? That it is expensive. It's no longer expensive anymore because with so many changes in technology, prices have come down quite significantly. But yeah, I think that's pretty much the two. That it is expensive is just for the rich, not true.
Yep.
And that you need at least 500,000. Yeah, not true.
Okay, no worries. And you obviously work closely with individuals and business clients. What trends are you seeing right now in how people manage their money to prepare for retirement?
Yes, I can see a lot of people is getting more involved with self-managed superannuation funds and they want to take control of their money.
Yes.
There are two different scenarios that are going on and are really good. Probably the best one is for business owners. If they need to run their business from a place, like let's say a restaurant, that they need somewhere to run their business. The best strategy and what usually happens is that with their superannuation, they buy the property.
Yep.
They rent that property back to the business.
Yes.
What they create is asset protection in the property because it belongs to the super fund.
Yes.
But in the business, they create tax deduction and they are accumulating all the wealth for the family or for them.
Yeah.
That's at the business level. And for employees like mom and dad that they just have salaries, they also use their superannuation to buy investment properties.
Yep.
And because they can leverage from the bank, they can grow on a larger asset.
Yes.
And Australia, it's it's a great place to invest in property.
Yeah. Yes, agreed, especially at the moment. Property value is definitely going up. All right. So Springfield and Ipswich have a growing small business community. How important is financial literacy in helping these businesses thrive?
I think everyone can be really good at what they do.
Yes.
But if they don't get on top of the numbers, it is a very potential fail. And you can see the statistics. 70% of the business fail within the 3 years.
First 3 years, yep.
I believe it's 30%, sorry. 30% of the business fail within the first 3 years.
Yes.
And 70% of those is because of the numbers.
Yes.
So they didn't save enough for taxes. I think that's the number one. That's the killer. Like, you have to really know your numbers. This day, there are so many softwares available that let you track your numbers. There are so many bookkeepers here in Australia or overseas or whatever they are. But it is really, really important when you start a business. Your main goal will be to know your numbers and save for your taxes.
Yes.
Because the ATO doesn't forgive anyone.
No, they're quite brutal, aren't they? Yes. I agree. I think anyone going into business, I think you know what you do very well already. And yes, I would say that knowing the financials is very important. I'm a very inquisitive person. So with my accountant, I'm like, why is that? What is that? What does that mean? I'm a very, I like to ask a lot of questions. So, but I can see how some people would get lost or affected by that in the market, obviously. All right. So what's one success story or moment that reminded you, yes, this is exactly why I do what I do?
Well, this is a couple. They are immigrants. And because when you arrive to this country late, you don't have much super.
Yes.
And second, you don't have that support around you. You don't have aunties, uncles, or grandparents leaving you money. So it's just up to you to save and organize. So this couple, between husband and wife, they just had 200,000.
Yep.
So not much.
Yes.
But they borrowed from the bank and bought a property of 435 in Kingaroy in front of the hospital.
Yep.
So good tenants, it's just doctors and perfect location, beautiful property, not that expensive. We did it back in February, and now it's 100,000 more on the
Yes.
property on the capital growth.
Yeah.
So now I feel very good that that couple is going to have a better retirement
Yes.
than if they did nothing.
Yes, agreed. Yes, I think property for a lot of people at the moment is the key, definitely, especially with the way property prices are increasing. So, all right. Our next section is a quick fire section. It's to get to know you a little bit more. So, coffee or tea while you're number crunching?
Coffee.
Yes.
I am originally from Colombia,
Yes.
and in my town we grow coffee.
Yes.
And so for me, it's all about coffee, and we drink coffee since we are 5 years old or very
Yeah.
little.
Yes.
My kids drink coffee. So
Yes. Yeah. All right. Spreadsheets. Love them or secretly hate them?
I think I love them. Everything has to be in a spreadsheet. I'm organizing a party, a spreadsheet. I'm putting in a spreadsheet. I think they're just part of my life.
I hate them. Just saying. All right. If you weren't an accountant, what do you think you'd be doing?
I always wanted to be a doctor.
Okay. Yes.
And I was in the hospitals, and my passion was to be a doctor.
Yes. Okay.
But back in Colombia, to get into medicine, you have to be like the top of the top.
Yes.
And I was the first one to go to university from my family.
Okay.
So I didn't have all the knowledge, and I just applied to one university. I didn't know you had to apply to many.
Yes.
And then my mom said, well, because I did not pass for medicine, my mom said, you cannot be at home doing nothing. You better do something. So, and then, accounting. So, yeah.
Very different, but yes, it's great. All right. What's one word clients would use to describe you? Be nice to yourself.
I think caring.
Yes.
Sometimes more than an accountant. I end up being the counselor. So I can
Yes.
feel different things. I can see if they're sad, or I can feel if they are anxious, or
Yes.
I'm more how they feel.
Yep.
And I prefer everything face to face as much as I can. And I try to be very close with my clients, and
Yes.
they become kind of my family.
Yeah. Yeah, wonderful. All right. So, last question for you, then you're out of the hot seat. What's next for Wendy Super Accounting? Is there any plans, expansions, new services, anything that you're excited to get out there?
I love helping the community, and I love helping other women. I have a big goal, and is to create an organization where we support women that want to start a business and probably don't have the resources. Something like Women Helps Women. So women that we are in better position, how we can help those other women that are coming. Because I feel that if the women changes, we impact on the husbands, we impact on the kids.
Yes.
So it's a better return on the investment when you help the women.
Yes. Okay. Wonderful. Well, we'll make sure to stay tuned for that. Well, that's it for us from this episode of the GSBC podcast. Thank you for coming in and having a chat and talking about your business. We really appreciate it, Wendy. Thank you.
Thank you for having me here, and let me talk.
Yes, no worries. And thank you for tuning in to the latest episode. Make sure to like and follow us on all of our social medias.